Hey everybody, this is Janet Longmont Yarn Shop, and I'm here with some of the staff of LYS to talk about our favorite notions and creative ways to use them. So a couple of my favorite notions are locking stitch markers. What I love about them is that I can use it to mark the beginning of my row for my knitting, to also mark the right side of my work if I need to do that, and because it's like a little safety pin clip, you can easily remove it and put it back on again. And also I use them when I've dropped a stitch and I am halfway through my row and I'm not going to catch it yet. To bring it back up onto my needle, I just grab one of my locking stitch markers and secure that stitch, and I'm ready to go. If you don't have any locking stitch markers, paper clips also work really great as well for picking up those drop stitches. And of course, locking stitch markers are a very important tool for all those crocheters out there who actually need to remove their markers when they are crocheting on their piece. My second favorite one that we got in a couple months ago by I Love Handles out of Portland is this terrific leather ruler key fob, and I love it because when I'm in the car and my husband's driving and I'm knitting, sometimes I need to measure my work, and this is just easy because it's attached to my keys, and I can just undo it and it becomes a 6-inch ruler. So I love it because I always have a ruler with me to take my gauge and just be a super efficient knitter and have a fabulous thing attached to my chain. So, Briley's next. What's your favorite notion?
So my favorite notions are a double-pointed needle because you can use them for picking up stitches, grabbing drop stitches, or using them for cabling. And then my other favorite notion is a crochet hook because if you drop something, this is really going to be a lifesaver. And also I like having my crochet hooks around just to, you know, chain some stitches and make some new stuff.
Great. Hi, Gail here. I have a couple favorite stitch holders. So this is the stitch holder I grew up with. It's like a safety pin on steroids. Not a bad stitch holder at all, and we do carry these, but my complaint about this is that when you go back to taking your stitches and using them, oftentimes your tail, the working yarn, is on the side that you can't get to. And I don't like transferring my stitches to a needle, I like just knitting. So the alternative to this one would be this double-ended stitch holder. And we have them in 3 sizes here. And so if I wanted to work off of this end, I can come over here. If I want to work off this end, which is where my live ball of yarn is, imaginary, is down here. So I can just knit right off and either do a 3-needle bind off with the other stitch holder that's over here, or knit back onto my project. So maybe you're making a sweater with 2 shoulders, you've got to put stitches on a holder. This way you can use either side of your knitting. Along the line of stitch holders, we have a really great new product here at Longmont Yarn Shop. These are the Coco Knits leather cord and needle kits. They come in this nice little box with a felted base and some instructions. These are cool because there's 3 lengths of leather, one that's about the right size to go around the sweater if you're knitting a top-down sweater and you want to thread this long one around and try it on, which is what I did for my sweater a few days ago. I tried on my fade, so faded, and I wasn't sure about the length, and I ran my cord through, tried it on, and then knit right off the tip. And let me show you what happens here. This is my sleeve. I did the same thing with the shorter leather pieces. I threaded them through. I'm not going to put this whole garment on, but let me just show you that without stitches popping off, I can check and see the length of my sweater sleeve, and if it's in the right spot, take it off. And then the beautiful thing about this stitch holder is that you can knit right off of the tip of this holder. Now, how does this holder get put on? I don't know how they figured this out, but this leather can be screwed into. There's a tiny thread right here in this pointy needle, and you just pop it into the leather and twist. And of course, this is going to be fussy for me, but it worked great this morning. And twist, and here you have a needle, or again, these come in 3 leather lengths, 2 for sleeves and 1 for around your sweater. And we have them here at Longmont Yarn Shop. And I realized I didn't look up at all while I was talking because I was so busy looking at my stuff, but I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Longmont Yarn Shop's Favorite Notions. Tune in for video number 2 with the rest of our staff for our favorite notions.